250 steps, 71 hours, 13 artisans in Sabae, Japan. That's what it takes to make one Matsuda frame, and it's why people who own one rarely stop at one. I'm Oliver with Specs Collective, and these are the 5 Matsuda frames our customers choose most and what makes each one worth knowing. First, the story. Matsuda began with fashion designer Mitsuhiro Matsuda, whose label helped define Japanese fashion in the 70s and 80s. Eyewear followed in 1989, and it's still made in Sabae, Japan's eyewear capital. Collectors know Matsuda from the movies. The 2809 that Sarah Connor wears in Terminator 2 became so sought after that Matsuda reissued it in its Heritage collection. We offer the reissue in 2 colorways. And Robert Downey Jr. wore the M3023 as Tony Stark in Iron Man 3. Matsuda recently redesigned its packaging and it sets the tone. A certificate of authenticity, a cleaning cloth embossed with the logo, and a leather case stamped with the Matsuda M. But the packaging is just the introduction. The real craft is in the frame itself. Titanium engraved by hand and filled with lacquer. Jewelry grade metals, acetate polished for more than 24 hours. 5 frames, 5 very different answers to what craft can look like. Number 1 on this list, in our best-selling Matsuda frame outright, the M5009. Rimless frames are usually about disappearing. This one rewards a closer look instead. The bridge is a little piece of titanium architecture, pierced, stepped, and engraved edge to edge. Even the lens mounts are finished like jewelry. Small, cross-shaped fittings you'd only ever notice up close. And the temples are sculptured Japanese acetate. Navy with brushed gold engravings at the front and a small crest set into each tip. The Matsuda M at its center. Nothing about it is loud. Everything about it is considered. Rimless is trending up right now, and this one shows why. Even on the face, the gold bridge and the gold temples come through. You see the craft, not just the lenses. Next up is the boldest frame on the list, the M1033. The M1033 is hand-sculptured Japanese acetate with what Matsuda calls TV-cut facets. Flat planes cut into the front, straight out of late 50s eyewear. Up close, the details keep going. A custom riveted hinge and the M+N motif engraved into each temple core. A nod to Matsuda Nicole, the designer's first fashion label. There's a real presence on the face. Strong lines, but the proportions keep it wearable. The facets catch the light when you move, so it never reads flat. The M1033 comes in 2 sizes. This is the 53, and this is the 50. Same design, just a touch smaller on the face. Third on the list, the M2048, Matsuda's take on the classic brow line. A brow line puts the visual weight up top, an acetate brow over titanium. Matsuda's is all about the metalwork underneath. Engraving along the lower rims, an engraved arrow on each temple with the Matsuda M set into it, and an insignia at the temple tips. 50s DNA, modern construction. Brow lines flatter almost every face. The top line follows your brow and sharpens everything under it. And where the vintage originals were heavy, this one is titanium. You get the 50s look without ever feeling it. Fourth, the M3157, a titanium navigator with more detail than the shape usually gets. The structure is classic navigator, squared lenses under a curved top bar. Underneath, Matsuda adds a second bridge engraved end to end, and the engraving carries on around the rims of the frame front. The temples carry the same detail. A milled collar sits at the hinge, and through the middle runs a slim navy inlay, arrows at each end. At the tip, the Matsuda M is cut into the metal and filled with the same navy as the acetate. For all the details, it's a remarkably practical frame. The titanium keeps it light throughout the day, and the adjustable nose pads let you have a precise, tailored fit. We saved the most distinctive for last, the 10103H from Matsuda's Heritage collection. It's inspired by pince-nez, the spectacles that perched on the nose a century before temples were standard. The lenses are small and round, and the M+N motif, Matsuda's signature, repeats along the rim wire and down the temples, finishing in acetate tips. Adjustable nose pads and 2 lens sizes makes it an easier fit than its size suggests. Wearing it, you understand the heritage name. It feels like eyewear from another era, made with modern precision. All 5 of these come out the same workshop in Sabae, Japan, and each one is available in colorways we didn't show today. The complete Matsuda collection is on our site, linked below. Is there a Matsuda you'd like to see next? Tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon with more eyewear.